In 2019, Toyota managed to sell nearly 500,000 of the RAV4. Huge reason for that was they didn't have much competition in the hybrid SUV market. But recently, Ford and Honda have decided to start sliding into that market with some of their more established SUVs being the Escape and the CR-V respectively. In response, Toyota decided to up the ante and release the RAV4 Prime. Is it still worth buying one of these, or should you wait for the Prime to launch next year? Let's find out. But first, huge shout out to Koons Toyota of Westminster for getting us this vehicle. They've been a huge help in being able to get us a lot of awesome Toyotas to work with. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. So let's start at the front of this vehicle. Looking at the headlights, you're gonna get the LED headlights for the high and low beams. And these fog lights down here are halogen fog lights. Looking back at the headlights, you get the adaptive lighting system, which allows the light to swivel side to side, which can give you a better view of the road in the dark. However, with these, you cannot get the full panoramic sunroof, which is kind of a weird choice by Toyota, but hey, it's their car, not mine. Also on the front end, you have this dark gray grille, which signifies that you're looking at a higher trim of Toyota, this one being the Limited. You also have the signature blue on the Toyota badge, indicating that we are indeed reviewing a hybrid. The last thing of note is how the hood doesn't come all the way down to the front. It kind of stops right here and has this thick, almost rubberized line. It's kind of a weird choice, but hey, it doesn't look that bad. Moving along to the side, we'll start down here with this 18-inch super chrome alloy wheel. It's a very robust name. This wheel, not very robust. Moving back to the mirror, of course on the side here you have the LED blinker. This mirror has, of course, your blind spot monitoring, and it is heated. Continuing to move back, you have this kind of interesting silver line. It's not an option, it's just on the car. You can think of that what you do, as well as some chrome up here. Moving to the back half of the vehicle, the big thing that Jake wanted me to mention was this floating roof line, I guess. It's not real, they really just hopped on a trend. In my opinion, it is kind of goofy looking, but I mean, you're really paying for the car, not really the looks. Down here, you of course have your all-wheel drive badge, so you know you are driving an all-wheel drive vehicle. Moving to the back of the RAV4, it's really a simple back, but the big thing on it, your taillights. Of course, LED taillights, they kind of wrap around from the side, which gives it a really cool, clean look. Also wrapping around is this big, chunky gray bumper. I think it looks pretty good. It gives it a continuous look, especially since it goes along the side of the vehicle. Continuing to move on down, you have the dual chrome exhaust tips, which are fake, but there's the littler pipe right there inside. And of course, cannot forget, this vehicle is in the ruby flare pearl color, which will put you down about an extra $425. All right, now let's talk about the cargo of the RAV4. Big thing to note, if you have the Limited trim and the key in your hand, you can stick your foot under the middle of the door, the back, and the thing will automatically open. Pretty cool. Now moving to the interior, with the seats up, you would have about 35 cubic feet of storage space. And with them down, you're gonna have close to 70, so pretty good storage space. You also have your storage cover. Don't really know anybody who uses those, but I guess they're just kind of a nice thing to have. And looking at the storage, it might be hard to see, but there's a big RAV4 badge on the mat, which is also a very chunky storage mat. Kind of an interesting thing about this storage space. The one last interesting thing is for their rear view mirror, they have the camera on the interior up here, which is something you don't usually see. Companies like GM will usually put that on the outside, which might be smarter because if your mirror gets dirty or obstructed by, say, snow or heavy rain, you might have a bit of a hard time seeing using the camera. Starting with the LE Hybrid, this will cost you about $28,350, and it'll have LED headlights and running lights, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 17-inch alloy wheels. Moving on to the XLE Hybrid, this will cost you $29,645 to give you a nicer exterior trim and a power adjustable driver's seat. Now, looking at the XSE Hybrid, this will cost you $34,300 to give you a two-tone exterior, integrated fog lights, and synthetic leather seats. And lastly, we have the Limited, which is what we're reviewing today. This will cost you $36,880. It'll give you a hands-free tailgate, premium JBL audio system, and front and rear park assist with automatic braking. Toyota RAV4 comes with Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, which includes pre-collision systems with pedestrian detection, lane departure assist, auto high beams, radar cruise control, road sign assist, and lane trace assist. Let's look at the engine of the RAV4. This engine is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder with 2 electric motors. This will give you 219 horsepower and 206 pounds-feet of torque. This gives you a really good MPG in the city of 41 and 38 on the highway. Now, this is a hybrid, which means the power is going to go through all 4 wheels via a CVT transmission.
Here on the interior, it really is a nice space, and it better be for a vehicle over $40,000. First of all, you have soft touch just about everywhere. Up here on your dash is all soft. Right up here is even soft. Your armrest, of course, is nice and soft. The only place that is not soft that I wish was this sort of center area right here. I wish they put some soft touch material where your knee rubs against it. I get that they might have feared that material would wear, but they should have put at least something softer than just this hard plastic right here. Other than that, general interior looks are very good. A lot of design clearly went into this vehicle. I know a lot of people don't like when they just stick a tablet on the dash like this, but I actually think it works nicely with the air vents below it. I think that everything has really interesting shapes to it, lots of hexagonal shapes, lots of good angles in this vehicle, nicely rounded off too. They aren't just going full crazy angles for everything. The sunroof lets in a nice amount of light. Overall interior impressions at first are very, very good. Your seats are actually very soft. I really, really do like these seats, and they look really cool as well. Of course, they are heated and cooled on this limited model. Let's talk about technology in this vehicle. You have a nice big JBL system right here, along with physical buttons to control it, which is awesome to see. You are getting the large screen standard, which is awesome. The extra JBL sound system is part of this limited trim. You can see you have a really nice landing screen right here with your time, any music playing, any phone notifications, and of course your maps, which is awesome. Your maps look kind of old, but because this has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you're probably going to be using those instead for your navigation. You do have nice physical buttons on the side. They feel good, and it's awesome to always have a physical button. You know which menu it will take you to. That is really, really awesome. There isn't too many fun, unusual quirks about this system. You do have some interesting information pages. For example, the traffic incidents will show you certain accidents nearby, and if you click on them, it will actually show you exactly where they are, which is really, really cool. And it will tell you like their stop and go traffic or whatnot, which is awesome. Once again, going to that info screen, there's also a really cool eco screen, which of course is very important if you are driving a hybrid. So you can see your regenerative braking right there. You can also see your range, and it gives you stuff like your average speed and MPG. So this is really, really excellent to see, especially in a hybrid system. And of course, Toyota has always had a very impressive system to show you where power is going through the vehicle, and that of course is here as well. One other really cool feature of this vehicle is the 360 camera. It is part of an optional technology package on this vehicle. But putting it into reverse, you can see we have a nice 360 camera right here. One thing that is not acceptable is that backup camera quality. That is particularly horrendous, not only for a new modern vehicle, but for a modern vehicle that claims to have a focus on technology. That is really an unacceptable low quality. However, it is, of course, always useful to have a 360 camera, and that does work very well in this vehicle. Now, when we were at the back of the vehicle, Colin mentioned that there was a camera in the tailgate for a replacement for your rear view mirror. You can see if you flick right here, there you go, you're looking through that camera now. It basically provides an unobstructed view out the back. So if you're carrying something in the back that is obstructing your rear glass, that will not be a problem, which is awesome. Looking at the center here, you have a nice big display. It looks excellent, but there is not a whole lot of customization with it. You can see it is controlled with these switches right here. You have a fuel economy readout, then you have some basic safety systems and navigation. You have your audio, trips, basic trip information, battery information, and this shows how much power each wheel is getting. And this is information regarding your active safety systems. And you can see you have a message center and you're back to your fuel economy. So there's not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on here, but it is certainly a nice, large, easy to read display. And now let's talk about some of the storage spaces in this vehicle. You have a really nice phone cubby right there. That's really awesome. Of course, you have your cup holders here with the little bits to hold in your drink. And then you have a nice center console, pretty decently sized for this type of vehicle. You also have this little bit right here, and you have 2 USB ports. Looking at the passenger side of the vehicle, you can see you have like that little cubby right there, which is awesome to see. Here's your glove box. You can see it's nice and damped. Decent size there. You have some nice storage in your doors right there. Back here, nothing really other than these cup holders. And then you do have a passenger seat pocket, not so on the driver's side, and a little door pocket right there. And then coming around to the back, you can see you do have a nice little additional cubby right here. This vehicle also has a Qi wireless charging pad as part of the $1,025 limited technology package. You can see it's located right there, and you also have some extra charging options there. All right, so getting into the RAV4, here is your key. This does have the $1,025 limited technology package, which includes remote entry, or keyless entry, excuse me, on all doors. Just slide your hand in and hit that sensor. You can lock it by hitting that sensor on the door handle. Getting into the vehicle is nice and easy. It's nice and high up. And getting in, we'll start the vehicle by putting our foot on the brake and hitting that blue hybrid start button. And then you won't hear the engine come to life because it is a hybrid. And you might hear some AC noise. I apologize for that. It is a very hot day out. So your driver's area, really nice leather wrap steering wheel right here. You have just a really nice view of all your buttons. I really like how large they made all the knobs and buttons. You can see you can easily reach all your climate controls right here, and they made all the icons super large, so it's nice and easy to see exactly what is going on. Also, I really like your gear shifter right here. It's just a really nice design to it. Here's your controls. You can actually drive an EV only mode on this vehicle. It's a trail mode, and then this sort of helps control what mode the vehicle's in. Really nice switches. They made a really nice use of rubber in this interior. It really gives it a nice high quality feel, especially on like these door handles too. Just nice, thick, and they're rubber coated on the rear side, which is really, really excellent. I forgot to mention these seats are memory function too. You might have seen that on the door. Looking out exterior wise, you have just really good sight around this vehicle. Excellent visibility. It does have thick C-pillars, but you can still see out there just fine. And you do have that blind spot monitoring. So overall, just a really, really fantastic driver space. And now you join me in the back of the RAV4, and back here is really a treat. I really, really like this area. First of all, tremendous legroom. This seat was actually further back than I would normally have it as a driver, and I still have plenty of legroom to spare right here. Also, the lack of a sloping roof means you actually have plenty of roof above you right here. It would be nice to have that panoramic sunroof again because we have the adaptive headlights. Can't get that feature, kind of a weird thing. But you still have the nice sunroof up there to look through, which is awesome. You do have outboard heated seats. This does have the cold weather package. They are located on your doors, which is an interesting place to put them. I was looking around here in the center, couldn't find them. They are on your doors next to your window switches. Let's talk about some of the amenities you do have back here. You do have air vents back here, which is huge, and you also have 2 USB-A ports. You do also have this nice little armrest that pulls down. It's nice and big, and you also have 2 cup holders in it, which is just excellent. The cup holders don't have the little bits that hold your drink in regardless of size, so that's a little disappointing. The seats are nice and perforated, have a nice design in them, which I really like, and are really comfortable, just like the front. Everywhere you touch is nice and soft again, which is awesome. The seats back here, again, great width. I don't know if you're fitting someone in the middle for a long time, as you do have the hump and you also do have a fairly skinny middle seat, but it is definitely usable for 3 adults back here for shorter distances. 2 adults back here will be absolutely perfect for long trips.
If you want to get a RAV4 like the one we were reviewing today, it's going to cost you $41,458. Having some special packages like the weather package and the advanced tech package, which cost you just over $1,000, and the special color and the advanced headlight system, which are going to cost you a little bit over $400. So what do we think of the RAV4? Overall, it's a great vehicle. Should you wait for the Prime? That's up to your own discretion. If you are willing to wait for a pretty, or not even a really good hybrid vehicle, I would suggest waiting for the Prime. But if you need a vehicle now, there's no reason to wait. It's a great vehicle. Our cameraman gave this a 4 out of 5 cameraman stamps of approval for being a very good vehicle at its price point, offering the hybrid capabilities in a good interior with some kind of dated technology and some questionable body choice decisions. It's still a very good vehicle. Once again, huge shout out to Koons Toyota of Westminster for giving us this cool vehicle. Been very helpful to us. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Any questions, concerns, put them in the comment section below. We'll see you later.